A message to Keen. The important bits. Before anything else, I want to make it clear that I think Keen is doing an amazing job with Space Engineers 2. The changes being made are good changes, and the project has clearly come a long way. By the time this next major update is fully in perspective, tomorrow, Space Engineers 2 will be approaching roughly year 9 of Space Engineers 1 development and features. So I think it's important at this time to look at the game with a broader context in mind. That being said, after seeing the previews for this update, I have one major concern. I feel like Keen may be hesitant to fully show off the most important parts of what they are building. Space Engineers 1 was, first and foremost, a sandbox game. It was about building, experimenting, surviving, and creating your own goals. Towards the later years, Keen started adding more structured systems such as prototech, late game and combat encounters, food, radiation, and other survival-focused mechanics. Those additions helped us with more direction, but Space Engineers 1 was still fundamentally a sandbox game. Space Engineers 2 feels different, and if you don't feel that, maybe take a look around. And I don't think that the difference is an accident. It seems clear that Keen is not just trying to remake Space Engineers 1 with better graphics and better blocks and a little bit more performant and, some better features. Space Engineers 2 appears to be working towards becoming a more complete game. Not just a sandbox, a game needs things to do, places to go, reasons to explore, reasons to build, and reasons to survive. I think the most important parts of this update are not simply the new blocks. Blocks are great, and people are always going to be excited about them, and the ones that are in this update are pretty awesome. But blocks alone are not what makes Space Engineers 2 a better game. The most important parts are the expansion of the colonization system, the rework starting experience, and the hints at what the future structure of the game could become. Those are the things I think Keen should lean more into. And I would like to see Keen put more emphasis on the story, the progression, the survival goals, and the larger game system that give players a reason to engage with the universe. Combat system. Oh, aerodynamics. Oh, I don't know what that was. That was out of nowhere. The community already understands that blocks are a part of Space Engineers, but I think the update could have been a major opportunity to show people more clearly where Space Engineers 2 is headed as an actual game. Instead, from the previews, it felt like some of the most important parts of the update were sheltered, minimized, or pushed to the side, while the focus stayed mostly on blocks. Again, blocks are fun, and they matter, but they're not in the core of what will make the game truly succeed. What I want Keen to understand is that many of us want Space Engineers 2 to become a good game, not just a larger sandbox with better parts and bits and bobs. We want reasons to build, and we want reasons to travel. We want meaningful survival systems. Progression, colonization is an awesome system. The encounters that have been in this update are insane. I mean, nobody's talking about it. And a world that feels worth interacting with. These permanent POIs is a fantastic starting point, and it's no one is talking about it. There was one creator, I forget who the guy was, but he did kind of a very basic kind of walkthrough, but it's such a big part of what the future of this game is going to be. And I also think it's important for the community to better understand the direction Keen is taking. If Space Engineers 2 is meant to become more game-like than Space Engineers 1, then Keen should be confident in showing that. Lean into the colonization system. Lean into that story. Lean into the structure that gives players purpose. That's what makes this update exciting to me, and I hope Keen continues moving in that direction. To end this, I'm going to do a little riff. First of all, if you're still here, thank you for being here, and I appreciate it. Keen, if you're here, or anybody at Keen, thank you for everything that you're doing. You're kicking ass, and everybody in the company deserves a fucking big pat on the back. You guys are doing awesome. All the systems that you guys are improving is everything that everybody wanted over the years. VTOL engine, nacelles, rotors, control. I don't know where all these weird coughing sprees are coming out of. But you guys have a fantastic opportunity with this game. You do, and I want you to know that there are people in the community like me that see what you're doing, or at least have an inference of what you guys are doing. Have a and I cannot wait to see what the next 10 years looks like. Recently, I just went on the workshop and for Space Engineers 1, and I was looking through all the modifications and all the worlds and stuff like that. And I thought, if these are the possibilities that were in Space Engineers 1, Space Engineers 2 is simply going to be insane. The things that you guys are going to do with the game, and also the things that we are going to do with this game, is going to far surpass anything I don't think anybody really has a good idea on. And I want to thank you guys. I'm not here to glaze anybody else. I disagree with some points, and I make them very clear in the feedback posts and stuff like that. But I mean, Space Engineers 2 could be the building sandbox game that kind of pulls out in front of everybody for the next 10 years. Just like Space Engineers 1 was. Except for what you're going for is it's not to be more niche. And that's important because more people means more sales, which means you can do more with the game. Also, make super cool cosmetics. We always love those. And you guys have a great one. It's gonna end it like that, just like a snap. And probably just talked randomly for 2 minutes. I'm gonna leave this in. I don't care. If you're still here, I don't know why. Goodbye.